Welcome back to Gat's Kitchen. I'm Jen. Today I'm going to share with you a recipe that might just make you a tofu lover. Tofu shawarma. Passion is making really nutritious food incredibly delicious. I share with you only the best recipes. As always, guys, if you like videos like this, please make sure to subscribe and hit the bell so that you get a single notification when I post a new video, which is about once, sometimes twice a week. Hit me up on Instagram. I have tons of recipes there. This recipe is taking all of those same flavors and using tofu rather than using chicken. It's much leaner, but it has all the flavors and it really gives you that shawarma experience. And like with any protein, there is a learning curve in preparing it so it is the most enjoyable. What I'm going to show you right now is how I prepare my tofu. I always buy firm or extra firm, but with tofu, there is some other advantages. The fridge life is definitely one of them. It can sit in your fridge often for 30, sometimes more days. And when it comes to preparation, that's what I'm here for. So first we're going to prepare our tofu. Ideally, you're going to do this in the morning, but sometimes we're not that organized, or it's more of a last minute dinner idea. So take it out of the package and then just drain the fluid in the sink. Cut it right down the middle like this. Tofu cutting is definitely very satisfying, I have to be honest. It's just so silky and it just does whatever you want it to do. Anyways, moving on, we're gonna form our tofu press. So you've got a cutting board down, a tea towel down, then you're gonna add some paper towel, which you can switch out during the day once it soaks up some of the fluid. Put another paper towel on top, another tea towel on top. They will get pretty soaking wet, so make sure that they're A, clean, and B, not your favorite ones. Then you put your second flat surface and then a nice heavy pot. I like to use my Dutch oven because it's quite heavy. And there we go, tofu sandwich, just like that. So now we're gonna make our marinade for the tofu. So we've got a variety of spices, like there's definitely a lot of spices in this recipe, but you just do what you can with what you have. Okay, we're gonna start with cumin, 1 teaspoon. We're also gonna do a teaspoon of allspice. Now the next ingredient is probably the most important ingredient, and I hope you have some pinch of patience, my friends. So we've got some sweet paprika, and a teaspoon of that. If you have smoky, that's preferred. Then we're gonna add a teaspoon of coriander, ground coriander. And this is cayenne, you can use as much as you want, that's just a dash. We're gonna go with a teaspoon of garlic powder and a teaspoon of onion powder. And turmeric. Turmeric gives it that lovely color and earthiness. So we're gonna go with 2 teaspoons of that. A lot of these ingredients are really, really nutritious. We're gonna go with a teaspoon of salt, lots of freshly cracked pepper, and there are your dry ingredients. Give that a mix. Now, my recipe that I've done for you guys here is on the milder side. Those flavors are very strong, so you can really add as much of each of those ingredients as you like. So that was just a small stick of ginger, minced, and there is tons of garlic in this recipe. So I think I ran out of lemon this day as well, because it's just lemon and garlic. Just beautiful ingredients and lots of them. Love this recipe. And then the juice of a lemon, and that's going to kind of brighten everything up and give it all the freshness. Also some olive oil, maybe about 2 tablespoons, a tablespoon, maybe 2. Give it a good mix. You just want to have enough to coat your block of tofu. And I have liquid smoke, so I do a few drops of that in there. You can use any kind of a smoky flavor. This is later in the day. I'm taking out my tofu and it's shrunk in size. The width is definitely smaller And for this recipe, I'm gonna cut it in like sticks. It's easier to cook that way, and you don't want big pieces for shawarma. So once you've got them all cut, you're gonna give them a light coating of cornstarch. And you're just gonna gently toss them around. And it's maybe a tablespoon, probably not even that much, maybe 2 teaspoons. You're gonna be gentle with the tofu. It's still very breakable. I put mine in a bag. You can put it in a bowl if you prefer. I think the bag just works. Throw in your marinade and just really gently massage it around, shake it up. Everything you can do to try to keep that tofu from breaking. It will firm up when you cook it though. Into the fridge, and in that time you can make your side dishes. So for your cooking, you're going to use a grill pan if you have it, nice and hot and oiled. If you don't have a grill pan, a regular saute pan will work. Now my side dish for this recipe was minted kale and quinoa tabbouleh. Honestly, it was so good. So I'm sharing that recipe on Instagram. Make sure you're following me there. I toasted the quinoa beforehand, and yeah, it's just incredibly nutritious and so good. So as it's cooking, it only takes a couple of minutes aside if your pan is on the hotter side. You don't want it on high, you want it on about medium, and you want to make sure you grill each side. So you're getting the nice grill marks and the tofu is firming up. Now we're going to make the garlic tahini dressing, which I like to drizzle on top of the shawarma. It's authentic. Now, this dressing actually you could put on so many different things in a nice bowl of any kind that you're making, salad. So we're going to start with 3 garlic cloves in a small food processor, and as you can see, a heaping tablespoon of tahini, about a tablespoon, maybe 2 of lemon juice, half a teaspoon of salt, and some water. Now you can always buy garlic sauce and use hummus, but homemade is always better, you know. Anytime you're making a dip or a dressing, you definitely want to just keep tasting it throughout and adjust accordingly. This one, I added some more water. I just wanted it to be on the thinner side. It is more like a drizzle, and those flavors are fairly strong. So it's going to keep adding a bit of water till you get to that right texture. And then I realized at that point I didn't have enough because we really like it in this house. So I added another tablespoon of tahini, another tablespoon of lemon juice, blend it up, and then you're going to get to that perfect consistency and flavor. So when you've got to the point where you think it's perfect, just put it in a bowl and cover it and keep it in the fridge until you're ready to serve your food. Now when you're ready to plate, whatever side you've decided to use, rice always works, and a little bit of a salad. That's how it's traditionally done, but I really loved this quinoa tabbouleh, and just the combination of flavors was so fresh, so warm. It was just an all-around really satisfying dish. I really encourage you guys to try both the tofu and the quinoa. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you try this recipe along with some of my other recipes. One of my favorite recipes is my arancini casserole. It is Sicilian rice ball casserole made with healthy ingredients. It is a must try. Make sure you're subscribed, comment below. Please take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and I'll see you soon.